Welcome back, Daniel. Happy New Year. Right, oh. Hello guys, how's it going? HatCHeTHaZ here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. So yes, we are going to continue with this documentary. So we got up to here, didn't we? 28 minutes extended edit, behind the scenes footage. So let's play.
Before it all began, there was the void. It contained the essence of everything. Within the void existed the gods who created the universe, except for one. He was not of the gods, he remained apart, and dwelled in a tiny place called the Outworld.
Behind Mortal Kombat 3. The making of. Yeah. Range Travel. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Before everything else, there was the game. It was created by the people you are about to meet.
And I'm a graphic artist. My name's Dan, and I do sounds and music.
Toasty!
And toasty!
My name is Ed Boone. I'm co-designer and programmer.
My name's Tony Goski, and I do backgrounds and special effects.
John Vogel, backgrounds, special effects.
John Tobias, and co-designer and lead artist.
Steve Perry, and I'm a video artist.
Our motto in Williams is always that reality is boring. Nobody wants to pay for reality. We take everything beyond reality to the point where it's, the only way to do this is through our video game.
It's the perfect blending of everything. I mean, the game is fun to play. It's got good graphics, and it's got a decent backstory to it.
It's easy to come up with the ideas, anybody can come up with ideas for games and stuff, but it's to actually convert something from an idea in your head into reality, into something that is a sellable product. That's where the challenge is.
Just a smidge. Yeah. Ow, yeah.
This is sort of the very first concept of the story. This guy here eventually became Shang Tsung.
The mystique and all that whole feeling of it was really the foundation of that was really what John Tobias kind of envisioned.
One thing Mortal Kombat does for all of us.
Where's the subtitles?
It puts you in a mood or puts you in a setting where you're sort of able to create things that are surreal. Mortal Kombat 1 took place more, you know, on an earthly environment.
Yeah, no subtitles.
Setting. In part 2, we knew that we were going to send our characters to sort of a different world, and so the door was completely open for us to kind of interpret that in any way we wanted.
Mortal Kombat 3 has so much hidden stuff, you know. It's just endless, you know, just the amount of stuff that we packed in there.
Okay, Bruce. I don't know if I should be telling you this, but I'm going to show you a move, okay? If you go back, forward, back, and then down, and then push the run button. And if you do that really fast, I'll be your friend forever.
The button and joystick combinations were the expected. You know, everybody would start looking for them immediately. And that's when I believe Ed came up with this whole sort of combination lock system.
There's 6 little boxes, 3 of which are controlled by player 1, 3 of which are controlled by player 2. Try different combinations of those 6. So there's a million possible combinations to see what can be unlocked in the game.
Well, we test the games. When it comes close to the time that the game is done, they have us come in and we just play it. We play them all day long and look for bugs.
The difference between Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3 is that they added a run button, and when you use the run button, it makes you aggressive towards your opponent. You're gonna have to keep on using the run over and over and over to attack your opponent.
What we're going to show you now is a few simple combos that'll get you started playing. A lot of characters have a simple combo with kicks, which usually involves three presses of the same button. Like Cyrax has, you press high kick twice and then back and high kick for the final hit.
Mortal Kombat!
My favorite move would probably be Kano's chokehold, little bit going towards low punch.
One of my favorite codes is disable blocking. Each player presses block twice when the code things come up on the screen. And it turns off blocking, so you can't be a defensive player. You have to play offensively or you're going to lose, because there's no way you can block anybody's hits.
I'm the MK3 kid. I did the Nightmare black and white spot, the whole eye thing. And then I also did the color stomach spot.
I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it.
TV commercial for the home game. There are codes hidden.
I mean,
you know, background.
it could have been better with the collection. Not gonna lie. But I would stick to the arcade versions and the console versions. The handheld versions were just, yeah. They're not really that great.
I'll be walking down the halls of my school, and I'll hear from one end to the other,
So, personally, I would wait for a sale.
I got in, and it took them about 2.5 hours to get all the lighting set. They were moving pieces around, checking different lighting, which kind of strobes to put where. I couldn't move because if I moved, the angles on my face would mess up the light.
All right, here we go. Quiet, please. Roll tape.
And he'd talk me through different emotional states, and okay, you're being
so iconic, man.
Now you're turning around, and you're fighting this creature.
Happy New Year, my friend. Hope you're well.
Wake up! And he'd spaz, and I'd have to open my eyes.
Crackling good. And then there's John Vogel. He did background for part 1. He did some stop motion animation stuff for part 2, and he did some backgrounds in part 3.
He worked on backgrounds along with Tony Goski.
Tony's probably one of the most respected artists in this department. He's probably, probably one of the best artists in any industry. And he conceptualizes backgrounds as well.
Another thing as well
and this is where
that I would take note of is with the Mortal Kombat 1 games,
Steve Baran worked on Mortal Kombat 3.
the input when you press the buttons, it doesn't register as quick as the other games. It's slightly delayed, so you might get a bit frustrated, like I did.
Got everybody up to speed on doing 3D stuff, and
What's my favourite Mortal Kombat?
faster than anybody in the world.
Don't know.
I was in Ed Boon's office the other day. I picked this up from his trash can. It says, for smoke, the ultimate combat code.
I think mine,
10902.
because I owned it back in the day, was the
Back, low punch.
Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Yummy. It's important for Mortal Kombat fame.
Dan shows you cool stuff every couple of days. He just comes in and you go, great, this is awesome.
And he's a lot like Ed.
But I did enjoy that Shaolin Monks.
Go away and come back with something special.
So hopefully, if they do another collection,
Didn't someone make a candy bar?
they'll include Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
John, Tobias, and some of the other guys from the Mortal Kombat team happened to just come up to me and, you know, kind of poke on my arm and say, do you want to do a character? And I said, oh no, can I do a character? And he said, yeah, I would love to have you.
People don't realize that there is a lot of work done in the actual characters and their costumes. I've never asked John for a character that looks like something. He shows me something.
I hope so.
And I go, that's great.
See, the inspiration, I think...
I know that apparently it's already had a patch to address those issues, but
When I was a kid, they come from books I've read. I mean, everybody...
it is still a bit of an issue. Hello.
I started out with NBA Jam as a cheerleader, and then I went to Revolution X as Mr. Helga, and they asked me to do Mortal Kombat. They needed a new Sonya, so I said, sure, I'd love to do it.
Pizza man.
When I was a character here, that sort of like funded me going to school.
Right, you doing?
Because I wanted to be an artist like all my life.
As with all the Mortal Kombat games, the characters are definitely the most interesting of any fighting game.
Hey, get out of here, man. It's supposed to be
Hey up.
Raiden would win.
Sector's got it in the bag.
Raiden would win.
Don't even try to...
No, get your head out. We're going to settle this outside, man.
Oh, I'm good for it now, buddy.
Come on, pal. Come on.
Well, let's see. A character would probably first start with me sitting down, staring at a blank wall for a little while, and then after a while, something will hit me, and I'll just start sketching around different ideas.
We went months and months not having names for these characters, and then we'd have these powwow sessions where everybody would kind of throw out names.
But yeah, there's no subtitles for this video for some reason.
The name is a military prototype. And the other one was just like a security guard at a mall that didn't work out right.
Cybot X11?
There goes XLS. See, anything with X is cool. I like XLS.
There it goes.
Cybot?
That's Tobias back.
Yeah, no, but I think it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
Everybody says Sabot.
That could be a good name for the robot.
This one, yeah.
That's a secret character. No Cybot.
Oh, man.
Why? Defcon is overused. Where? Everywhere.
No.
I've heard that so many times.
Yeah, every time you watch war games.
Yeah, well, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna come up with all the names. We're all gonna like them, and Ed's gonna hate every one of them.
95% of them, somebody would say.
We've still got a few things to look through, yeah. Plus, we've got another chapter to get through.
Just because they hated it so much, and then we're like, okay, I guess that's a no.
Hello.
That's good.
Don't show that to me.
To get the code for Unlimited Run, each player must press low punch 4 times and block and low kick 6 times.
Yeah, I think it's like over 3 hours of video, so
Roughly around
altogether.
And usually the whole filming process takes, all day.
Oh, an average day of a 14-hour shoot? Let's see. Well, we came in and got into makeup. It didn't take too long for Sonya. She doesn't wear much.
And then we start a list, a huge list of animations, kicks, punches, uppercuts, and then the special moves and stuff. And we basically go down this list, capturing every single frame of them performing these moves.
Hi, Raiden. Hi, Sector.
1, 2.
you have to do each move 8 ways. As you see, a joystick goes 8 different ways. So if I was to do a front kick, I'd have to do it frontwards, backwards, sideways, and diagonal 4 different ways.
This is why we have the tape on the floor
Mhm.
to keep them facing the right direction.
Here's the camera that takes in the signal. We run signals into our beta cam recorder, and we also run a signal here on our PC. And then on our PC here, we have one of our boards connected to that. And also, this is where we do the actual grabbing of frames to be digitized. You can kind of see our talent.
Apparently rumours going around now that console prices could go up again.
That's good, Tony. We're able to click through frame by frame.
Starting next month, apparently.
Frames we don't want, keep the frames that we do like.
As a matter of fact, you know what we should do? We should shove them.
This bloody AI is causing more issues than solving stuff.
One of my favorite fatalities in the game is with the character Kung Lao, and to execute it, you stand right next to your opponent and press forward, forward, back, down, high punch. And what he does is he throws his hat at the opponent and it flies back and forth across the screen, cutting your opponent up into small pieces.
The day that we spent filming is probably, you know, like 2% of the entire amount of time that has to be devoted into doing it.
Once we get the digitized image, it's a lot like painting. And right now we're going through a process where we sort of filter the images through. We'll grab the image and Steve Baran will start and do some Photoshop on the guy, and then we'll hand him over to Tony, who does some touch-up. And then it gets passed over to me and I do some of this more detailed touch-up, and then I give it back to Steve and he kind of separates the different colors and creates the different palettes, and then we give it back to Tony and he does the final touch-up and stuff and gets it ready for the game.
I did a drawing of this and everything. In 3D, you can make it any size and any lighting, any angle you wanted. Dave Michich did this, the 3D version. It's just ornamental, you know. It's just like kind of a really neat background thing. But I was telling Ed about the story, like with the soul cage.
I'm working on a friendship move for Shigoro character. That's her
Fatality.
She doesn't have a real name.
Happy New Year, Rayad.
She's gonna turn around and she's gonna pull out sort of plates and little sticks, and she pulls the plates and the sticks and balances them on her hand, and she does this with her back towards you.
Shiva wins. Friendship.
Friendship? Remember that? This is Shang Tsung morphing into the robot ninja, who we call Ketchup right now, because right now there's a red guy and there's a yellow guy, so we call them Ketchup and Mustard. But they will have real names.
There's new combos that you can do on the ground, like you chain a series of buttons together, a series of moves to get like 7 hits or whatever on the guy, and the first one hits, and the successive hits after that are unblockable. Most combos will start with either a high punch or a high kick. You would press like high kick, and that'll give you the first 2 hits, and then you can move to another button, which is usually the same type of button, like high kick, low kick, which will do a 3-hit combo, or some of them can be chained like high punch, and those are usually followed with like a high kick or a low kick.
And then, you know what? And then we can give them numbers, so it'll be poop on you too, you know?
Right.
Whatever can possibly happen in the game, I have to program the game to be able to do that. As you play the game, when you first start, the computer's very dumb. It'll just stand there, it'll let you beat it up, and then as you fight the second guy, it'll get a little smarter, and then the third guy a little smarter, and it has to be progressive. It has to be something that's, a smooth increase in the difficulty, because if you play the game the first time and the computer kills you, you're not going to want to play it again.
There's comfort in knowing that the other person is doing their job beyond your expectations. The good thing about working with Ed is you can hand him some artwork and you can, you'll see it in the game pretty quickly.
Time! You tell me time!
Striker who has a combo that'll pop you in the air, you can pretty much chase him across the screen and juggle him all the way across the screen, hitting him.
I like the handstand chokehold. I think that's my favorite.
My mom was pretty happy when I got my job because she realized I wasn't wasting my time hanging out in arcades when I was younger. But she said that she was real proud that I was making a living exploiting my talent. Another way to finish your opponent is it's almost kind of humiliating, and it's also funny, is you can turn them into a baby.
Victory. Babality.
All right, guys, I got something for you. Next time you're in a jam, I want you to try this on your opponent. 2 high kicks, 2 high punches, 1 low punch, and then back and high punch together. That's my 6-hit combo. It's guaranteed to rock the outworld.
This is fantasy.
Players really seem to freak out when we put it on test when they would see something incredible happen, like a fatality. Just all the blood and whatever. It shocked them a lot.
I've been by like arcades and stuff, and I have been recognized. It's kind of funny. Everybody wants to play me, and they're like, "No, you don't want to play me." Kids can write me if they send like $3. I send them an autographed picture, and I actually do write them back. I try to write everybody back.
$3 for an autograph, eh? And look how much they charge now.
This is how you do Sonya's animality. Hold low punch and get right next to the person and do back towards, down towards. Release low punch and she'll turn into an eagle and lift your opponent in the air and tear him apart where his remains falling from the sky.
But I really do it on live tour too, which is fun.
This is the sound area. This is where they make all the sounds for the games.
You try to imagine the action of playing the game and what the music's gonna do to like get you revved up. Ed gives me a videotape of just scrolling through the backgrounds. I just look at that and try to get some idea about the kind of mood, the kind of setting that we're trying to represent. Now this one in particular, I was thinking, well, this reminds me of Mortal Kombat 2. It's got that very dark outworld feel that looks like Goro with this grease in his mouth.
Yes, I do know martial arts. Kung Fu.
I try to get a rhythm going and then fill it out with harmony.
It evolved from your toast.
That's Ed Boon, pitched down a few semitones.
So, I mean, in the movie, he's Scorpion. You'll see in the credits, Ed Boon voices Scorpion.
Feel the power of Shao Kahn.
You know, Shao Kahn was played by Steve Ritchie, who is the king, as we all know him. Pinball designer.
Flawless victory.
Basically, everyone has a set of speech calls for
Changed it. What have you changed it to?
Getting hit, getting hit in the face, getting hit in the body.
Animality. Or animality. What do you want?
Animality.
Animality.
One of the hardest combos in the game has to be Jax's, because it involves holding down on the joystick while pushing other buttons. So what you do is you hit high kick, down and high punch, and hold down, and continue to hold down and hit high punch again, and then hold back and block. And then as you're holding back, hit low punch, and then hold back and hit high punch again for a 7-hit combo, which is super devastating.
We do the arcade version, which is the original one, and then after that's one's been out for about a year or so, and then they start converting it into the home platforms, that's where you get the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation, and all that.
Well, Chicago guys send us the assembly source code, and then we go line by line and convert it into C.
They also drop shipped us all the original artwork that they did, all the finished artwork that went into the game and their file formats, and then it's up to us to rip it out and figure out what file format would be best to use on our PlayStation and convert it down and make it work.
We have one piece of hardware that has a particular size of RAM and a CD-ROM, which is in the machine. And so what you have to do is you have to decide what chunks of sound data have to come off of the CD-ROM into the RAM of the machine and at what points in the game.
The quality on the PSX is better. It's stereo 44:1 sound, just like you'll buy in any music store, CD shop.
Right.
It's the same stuff.
One of the most amazing things I think we found in the game that we couldn't believe was the fact that Shiva was a stop-motion puppet.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Looking at the artwork, just saying there's no way. I mean, we see like muscles rippling.
What's your...
It looks like the face is changing.
Eventually come across something better.
One of the codes, if you on the briefcase screen, if you push the third symbol down 1, you'll get a new exclusive PSX code. Don't think we're going to tell you what it is. We'll just let.
Cool, but you have to find out on your own.
What's this dude doing?
He's right there.
You're the best, man. No, man. You're the best, man. Ray's the best. Ray's the rules, you know, man. Open.
Ba-dan-ba-dan-ba-dan-ban. Oh, everything's with a K. See, fair use, credits. Fucking hell, I remember that.
Everyone's
Jesus.
threatening me. They can't kill me. Gotta stay smart. They're not gonna win.
Doom! Whoa, that's weird. Thank you. Taro kills Cage. I believe so, yeah. The final season. Yeah, there was always rumors, wasn't there? Most famous rumor for me back in the day was Tomb Raider. Would have spreaded the rumor of a cheat code where you can play as nude Lara. The animated video.
Prepare yourself for the most revolutionary animation ever in the world premiere of Mortal Kombat.
You know, I remember having that. I remember having that on video.
There in this awesome PG-rated direct-to-video animated adventure of a lifetime. Get next to the coolest and hottest characters anywhere. Buy the video and you'll also get the making of Mortal Kombat, the live-action movie, plus secret combat codes and a free watch offer. Mortal Kombat, the animated video.
I don't think there has been. I remember having that on video. And it ended on a cliffhanger. Not gonna lie, the first Mortal Kombat film, it is a guilty pleasure. The second one was just, oh god. Yeah, Annihilation. Yeah, that wasn't good at all. Yeah, the OG in Mortal Kombat, yeah.
I thought it was fabulous. The show was incredible.
I loved it. I thought it was way much better than Power Rangers Live.
Mortal Kombat, live on stage. The best family show of the season ranks USA Today. See illusions, gymnastics, lasers, stunts, and more.
I'm so excited. The show's great.
It was great, man.
The New York Times calls it an action-dancing spectacle. Prepare yourselves for Mortal Kombat live on stage. It's coming. Coming to an arena near you.
Fucking live tour, man. Jesus. just play that again.
MK2 was great and stuff.
Yeah, subtitles there.
David Fishoff, who had worked on some other live events, we had a meeting. I think we can do the Mortal Kombat live. Do people on trampolines and do whatever.
Indeed.
Cirque du Soleil and some other things were happening then. So David sold the dream and we bought it.
And you'd always go, all right then, go on, show us, tell us what the code is. And they're like, no.
Beginning in September, Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat the Live Tour will sweep across the globe, bringing martial arts and illusion.
I don't remember it, but
David
there
Fishoff
is
was the
one.
producer for that tour, and he really wanted me to be on that tour, even though it was sucked out of the body to do publicity work. Pat Johnson, the director, to do publicity work.
Look at that kid next to my face there. Look, I wonder what he's looking at there. I mean, I don't blame him.
Pat Johnson, the director, said I sucked. Just like, she has no training. She is absolutely horrible. I can't use her. Fishoff was like, she'll learn. And we trained for 3 months in the Catskill Mountains, and it was 12 hours a day. I would get up before everybody in the morning, and I would be in the gym on the treadmill, and I would show up for our routines, and I had my headphones on all the time, learning the lines, and just wanted to prove, like, I could do this. You know, sometimes people ask me, have you ever been to this state? And I always think, probably. I'd be on the tour bus and we'd wake up in a new city every day. We'd do sometimes 3 shows a day in a city. It was exhausting. It was for about a year, I believe. We even did South America. I remember we were in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I was fighting one of the ninjas, and there was this part where he throws me up, I do a back tuck, and then I land back down and we start fighting again. And when he threw me up, I fell back down, and his foot was there, and my foot caught his foot. So my knee just went. He looks at me with these big saucer eyes, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. Put me in a headlock, drag me backstage. And my knee is out, like, out here, right?
Ouch.
And I go, pull it. And he looks at me, and he says, I'm not fucking touching it. And he's like, you're on your own. I go get me some tape. And as he was gone, I just went like that, and it just popped right back in. And I taped it up really tight, and it sucked because I had to go back on, go up some stairs, and then Shang Tsung was behind me, and he had to make me disappear, and I had to go down a trap chute, and that was a jump. So I had to like land on one leg, and then out the back with a cab waiting for me to take me to the hospital. And I blew out my ACL, and I was like, I'm gonna finish this tour because we're almost done. I came back on stage within a week. I got a brace. I had to finish. You could not tell me that I was not gonna finish this tour, and I did it.
The way that they were crafting
dedication
with all the various talent, Carrie and everybody else, to see it live was remarkable.
And by the end of the tour, Pat Johnson came up to me and he said, I just want you to know that I think you have balls of steel. And it grabbed to my heart because that meant so much to me for him to actually see how hard
That would have been pretty cool to actually go and watch the live tour. That would have been pretty cool.
It was so important for me to impress him because he impressed me. And I did it.
There, a kid there. Did they? Probably quite a lot, to be honest with you. Free ROM update. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
I've read people respond to, like, Ultimate came out because MK3 wasn't performing the way we had hoped, but that had nothing to do with it. We were going to be releasing the home game, MK3, relatively soon.
Round 1. Fight.
And then we did Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
So the idea was when MK3 comes out to the home, we'll refresh the arcade with Ultimate MK3.
We were fully aware of the home versions and the role they were playing, and we didn't want the arcade industry to think that we forgot about them. You'll have a cooler version.
In September, when Mortal Kombat Hysteria reaches a fever pitch, a ROM update will be available to operators free of charge. When you buy the game, you own the update. This update will feature new characters, new secret moves, and additional fighting environments not available on any home platform. The update will make your arcade game a brand new fighting experience.
That was planned, and so it was part of the plan all along, and so we withheld purposely what we thought were the most popular characters just so
I
that
still
we
think the
could
Seafood devs would do a good job of that.
The fact that it was Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Katana and Melina just meant that we were able to squeeze more characters with less memory.
With MK2, I remember that we had such success with bringing new characters, Kung Lao, Jax, Katana, Melina. They were so iconic that we were like, adding new characters is cool. And the next game we had 15, so we couldn't bring all 12 from MK2, and we wanted to bring back Sonya and Kano and stuff like that. So from my perspective, I just remember not really realizing how much Scorpion and Sub-Zero were the poster characters. Yeah. So we were just like, okay, let's make Sub-Zero unmasked, and he wrote a story for him. Right. And Scorpion, we'll just give him a rest, you know, which was blasphemy. We balanced it better. I think Ultimate MK3 was much better balanced than MK3. A lot of people come to me and there's this debate of what's the better game, Mortal Kombat 2 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. There's always this...
For an arcade machine.
They play so differently. But the fact that they're so different to me is what's cool. Is like, you know, they're two very different games as opposed to the same game with prettier graphics.
No. Bam, 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 bam. Rumors became real. The polygonal future. Right, final chapter, guys. 3D War Gods. Mortal Kombat Trilogy? The Kitchen Sink Trilogy.
After Ultimate MK3, we had released MK Trilogy, which did amazing.
I had that.
I think caught me by surprise. Like I thought that this was just a retread more than anything, but I think it sold fantastic, and I knew that we, just as a publisher, understood that there's value in home product.
They were looking for something that brought up all of the last three Mortal Kombats and brought them all together. We were working on Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 at the time on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. But Midway came to us and said, hey, since the CD on the PlayStation is huge, we could actually get all the old characters on.
Street Fighter, I don't care. Probably not. Probably not.
God, this is genius. Yeah, it would be awesome to be able to play, you know, old Kano versus new Kano. So since I had worked on Mortal Kombat 1, some of the guys who worked on Mortal Kombat 2 with Adam, Jim was directly like the Genesis programmer on Mortal Kombat 3. We had worked on all of these things even as we're doing the ports of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And so we knew how those old games worked, we knew how the characters worked, we knew what the differences were, all of that kind of stuff, and said like, hey, we could probably go through and do some work on this to try to make all this stuff fit together. And so we just started going through and doing some prototypes to bring some of those things back in. We showed it to them and they're like, yeah, this feels really cool, so let's go ahead and move forward with Trilogy.
But yeah, probably out of all the games in this collection, the Mortal Kombat Trilogy is probably the best one. I mean, I know there's Mortal Kombat 4, and there's also Sub-Zero, and that Special Forces one, but cheeky.
MK4 was definitely a new chapter for Mortal Kombat. It was our first 3D game, obviously.
We've created a new game at Midway. We could tell you about its new Zeus chip, and how it renders 1.2 million polygons per second. About the lifelike 3D characters and amazingly real backgrounds. About a new weapons feature that will revolutionize fighting games.
I recall just the industry going towards 3D, and there was almost an assumption that, of course, you know, we're going to go in that direction.
Virtual Fighter, as revolutionary as it was very blocky characters. There wasn't a whole lot of detail, and I remember thinking, I cannot see us representing the MK characters in that fashion. By the time we got to MK4, the hardware that we had at Midway at the time had been developed enough so that the characters could be represented in a way that still sort of maintained a lot of the qualities that you saw in the earlier games.
There was not a whole lot technologically that we could carry from what we had been doing into that game.
When you think about it, to some extent, Mortal Kombat 2 built on 1, 3 built on 2, and we just had a whole development environment that just kept getting more sophisticated, and we could do more. Mortal Kombat 4 was like reset again. It's like we're in polygon land. That constant balance between, do we wipe the site clean? Do we keep the block button, punch, low punch, block, and whatnot?
It was such a departure from the digitized rhythm that we're in, and you know, we introduced stepping in and out of 3D, weapons.
I think we should have put the weapons more on the forefront. I think between Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat 4, the novelty of hiding moves in the game was starting to wane a bit. I don't think we quite identified it. So we put down away high punch is pull out your weapon. In retrospect, we should have just put a button on there and you pull out your weapon.
No, it's definitely a parody.
We were such a ragtag team. I remember just staying up crazy late with programmers
and that wrestler who plays Guile. Jesus, that fucking wig.
Game had started getting a little bigger, and they felt like they were understaffed. And eventually, they just asked if I wanted to come over and join the team full time.
Especially the fellow who plays Bison. Jesus.
To figure out how to do motion capture, along with Steve Buran.
That's got a flop.
That was the very, very early days of mocap.
I think I'll stick with the manga animated film of Street Fighter 2.
And cleaning up the data was really rough.
That is a mint film.
It was literally 6.
I'd watch that if you haven't seen it.
50 plus.
Street Fighter 2, the animated movie.
The animations for MK4 are they're pretty raw.
Things like stage fatalities.
And plus you get to see Chun-Li taking a shower.
The endings. All of those things were done in such a hurry.
I forgot about all the silly endings that we did.
It's over, Jarek. Shinnok is dead. The good guys won. You're coming back with me.
Never, Sonya.
Yeah, these were cheesy endings, these, man.
The Black Dragon lives.
The Black Dragon died with Kano. You're the last one, Jarek.
Never!
We were doing an ending every day. Just go through all the animations in the game and find ones that that might apply to these particular situations. That's why the game has a lot of sections in it where it looks like the animations are really not made for what they're being used for.
Scorpion!
You know, like we didn't hire professional actors. It was just, you know, us.
Big mistake. Yeah. Dan was scrambling. You know, of course, the schedule is tight.
Oh yeah, everything.
We got to figure out how to make this game, and we got all this stuff to do.
Come in, Major Briggs. This is Lieutenant Sonia Blade. What?
I remember when he came to me and asked me to do a couple voices. I'm like, I don't do that. You know, I'm not very good at that. He had me come into the studio.
Liu Kang, you could.
Did I do Liu Kang? I don't even remember who I did.
Started like the war is over, and then you're in the
The war is over. I've once again defended my title as champion of Mortal Kombat and defended the realm of Earth, but I have failed to save the realm of Edenia. Kitana?
Yes, Liu Kang. It is I.
But I thought you were gonna lick—
With Shinnok's destruction, you have not only saved the Earth, but you've also saved my own realm. For that, I can never repay you.
Knowing that you survived is all that I need.
I don't remember what I did, but I should not have been doing it. That's all I know. In hindsight, when I look at it, given what NetherRealm is doing today, if you think about the earliest cinematics that were done, those were them. When you look at kind of where it is today compared to where it started, it's a pretty long journey there. But I think that was the sort of humble beginning, I guess.
I'm sorry, Jax. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise. Too late, Jarek. You can't drop me. You have to uphold the law. You have to arrest me. Wait, this is brutality. You can't do it. Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
Why I still love making games is that the technology is always changing, so you always have to stay on top of it. And I think MK4 was the first big taste of that. You can't make a bigger jump pretty much from 2D to 3D.
Mortal Kombat 4 is about change.
That was one of the most fun.
Lots of it. Why does it look like Zac Efron? On the face. See another one. Looks like Zac Efron. That's a big bag of pretzels. I like pretzels. Do-do-do-do-do. That's cool. That looks like that blue guy from Watchmen. The making of mythologies. That was quite a challenge to play, that one. Mythology Sub-Zero.
Again, you're gonna have your own side.
Okay, I'll go back about here. This is the shot here. This is actually probably better. One more. And action. Really, all there. Action. Good. I don't know. That's good. As good as it gets, I think. Yeah, it's good. Want to do the foot thing? Thanks, John. We're gonna do the blocking after this. It's the last shot, and we'll do some rehearsal. You got all the lines memorized, huh?
First and second sections, and the end section, by the time we get to that part filming.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
First section is the most important.
Yeah, the first thing's the main deal. That's
First,
what we're
second
gonna do.
section, and actually the last section I pretty much know.
Cool.
I'm just working on the arena part, which we probably won't get to.
We're good. I mean, the one that
all the
really...
other stuff I know, like that.
Cool. The big one is the one tomorrow, is the first one.
Yeah, I already, that's like...
Cool, man.
That's like...
Excellent.
Greetings and all that. Yeah, I know the whole thing.
Rolling and react. Good.
One looking around, more looking around before react. Yeah. We'll just get a little bit more of the searching before we say react this time. Okay? Still rolling.
Action. React. Move around. Good.
Let's do it like that. Exactly like that one more time.
Yeah. First react. Roll. Yeah, that's right. Look around. And then bam. Bam. Look up. Good.
Blinding. Cover your eyes.
Blinding. Covering your eyes. Good. Great. Up on the top.
The things he had to do.
Looks so cool.
I got a big old monitor. I'm looking through the eye hole.
We have our new pillars in here too somewhere, right? Yeah. There we go.
Grandmaster, in honor of the Lin Kuai, I have brought you the sacred map of elements.
Once again, our most cunning assassin and thief is successful, and he is my
Greetings. I see the ninjas with successful.
That's right, that's right. That's right.
As I have foreseen.
Stay on camera, Rich.
Let's get something.
Yeah, remember, see, this is where the timing comes in.
Right.
Remember, find the camera. The camera's over here. Middle of the walk. Yeah.
So I can have
Middle of the walk. Yeah. Ready? Find your... Okay, go ahead, action, Rich.
Greetings. I see the ninjas been successful in retrieving the map. As I have foreseen. Let's get something straight.
Perfect. Keep going.
I am not a ninja. I Lin Kuai. Scorpion was a ninja.
Good. Good.
How unfortunate that was the peasant shamans. Scorpion was tipped off. He knew I was breaking into that temple, and if he wasn't there, there wouldn't have been a battle. You're responsible for this sorcerer. Well, a piece of mind has cost me this mission.
Enough. On T. What about our payment?
Okay, now we need to work this out.
Did you go?
Root beer. It's the one.
Hell. Oh, sure, come for the easy part when we're just powering. I wasn't here for the tough stuff. Work around the spikes.
Break a leg.
Get a nice close up of those eyes. There's still sound on this?
Yeah.
Wow, let that trickle water. He's a wascal, isn't he a wascal?
Peace, bro.
John, make a scary face. Make a scary face. Yeah. Quan Chi. Like this. Greetings. I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen.
How would De Niro look if he was doing this?
Just a little bit.
How would De Niro?
I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen. Sean Connery. Greetings. I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen.
Quay.
Damn it, Quay.
It's Quan. Quan Chi. Quan Chi. Quan Chi. Min Quay.
Sub-Zero. He freezes things.
He's cold.
He's very cold. He's a very cold person. Now, on the other hand, is a very bad person. Ruthless. Cunning.
Bad hygiene.
But like I said, he's very cold.
Very cold.
Ninja. Actually, no, he's not a ninja. He's Lin Kuei.
That's right.
Lin Q. Lin Kuei.
Cooey.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's just take it from there. And action.
At ease, my Lin Kuei warrior.
Greetings. I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen.
Something straight. Not a ninja. I'm Lin Kuei. Scorpion is a ninja.
Ah, yes. Your Japanese counter. How unfortunate that you happened upon in your battle with those pesky Shaolin monks.
Scorpion was tipped off. He knew I was breaking into that temple, and if he was in there, there wouldn't have been a battle. You are responsible, sorcerer.
Well, I have also retained Scorpion services. In case you I need some assurance.
Well, maybe a piece of mind was costly in this mission. Enough!
Quarantine. What about our payment?
Oh yes, I almost forgot. The bones of your arch-nemesis and leader of Scorpion's ninja clan.
Vanquished in one transaction.
And I personally made certain that every last remnant of their clan has been eliminated forever.
You see something.
You can trust the sorcerer sometimes.
Hi. Hey, aren't you that pinball guy?
No, I was at one time, but I died.
Okay.
I've come back as a video now, guy.
That's good. Hey, look, it's Ed Boon.
I was just like looking through it and I said, oh my god.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I should have followed you, man. I
ran into
right after the whatever, just clogged right out.
Do you always go that way?
Yeah.
Is it just like the pain?
No, it's just I hate Colorado. I understand.
Is that in the right position, Bill?
The foreground, background.
Mhm.
Yeah, this does take off.
You see, John Vogel, you can trust a sorcerer sometimes.
It's not your line.
I know.
It's my line, I remember that.
Kia.
Same exact thing. Go back. This hand on line. This hand will just bring it down. Right. That's good, but you don't care. You don't want to keep it so mechanical looking. Don't
Oh my.
this hand down and then swing. Try to keep it. Try to make it. You know, let's check to make it fluid. Yeah, you gotta make it fluid. So you're just relaxing now. So your right hand goes down just this one goes just as that one goes. Yeah. Try not to be so conscious about it. Let's see it again, Carrie. Okay. Brush your hair back. Okay. And go.
Oh, excuse me.
No, you don't want to go. You know I've got to get you guys eating.
You don't want to get me eating either.
Wait, do that again? Do that again? Come on, one time. Ready? Go. So like you're in the air flipping, but then you're going to come out of it. So what we want is you can kind of just stay held a little bit, and then come out of it like this. And actually, do you want us to give you something to hold? Would that help? Or just, too much focus. Yeah. Throw it. Actually, throw it like that. Yeah. And then you want to just get your legs in full position. You know, you can get them similar to where they were. Well, something that's comfortable from when you throw in the blue. It's just like an airborne thing. Yeah. Actually, you don't want to. Go from a huddle, then back like this, and your throwing motion really bring you around like that. So, and do it slow. Okay, and go. Same exact thing, Gary, except this time, when you throw, carry more, reach out higher, run it that way. But other than that, it's the same exact way.
Am I all right here?
Yeah. Okay, go.
Oh, yeah, it's just disappearing.
No, actually, that was perfect.
That's good.
That's perfect.
Wata! Hit the road, Jax.
We've created a new game at Midway. We could tell you about its new Zeus chip and how it renders 1.2 million polygons per second. We could tell you about the Road Tour and the thousands of fans that waited hours to play. We could tell you about all the national press coverage, about the millions of hits at its website, about the lifelike 3D characters and amazingly real backgrounds, about a new weapons feature that will revolutionize fighting games. We could tell you it's more intense. What we can tell you is that it represents change. Mortal Kombat 4 is about change.
Boom, boom.
Mortal Kombat has become an industry upon itself. Every version of Mortal Kombat that has been introduced into the marketplace has become a blockbuster.
The thing that really astounds us is that this one arcade game that we made in 1992 has managed to spawn off all these different forms of media.
The Mortal Kombat movie has made over $100 million worldwide. The Mortal Kombat home games have sold 15 million copies. The arcade game alone has earned what's estimated at over $1 billion. And this fall, with the Mortal Kombat sequel movie being released
Impressive.
and Mortal Kombat 4, it really seems like the legacy continues to grow.
Yeah, the second one.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the first 3D Mortal Kombat.
I don't think we would have even done a Mortal Kombat 4 had we not known that we could do the kind of advancements that we did.
Up till now, no other technology was capable of truly presenting the fast-paced action necessary in a Mortal Kombat game.
And the difference with Mortal Kombat 4 is it utilizes a 3D graphics engine, so the game is entirely done with 3D computer graphics.
We have developed an extremely sophisticated graphics chip, which we call the Zeus chip. It's capable of generating in excess of 1,200,000 four-sided polygons per second. put that into perspective, I understand that's approximately 10 times more powerful than the Nintendo 64 system.
And we're pushing around so many polygons, and the detail's so incredible, and the realism is so incredible, but that still wasn't enough. We still had to take the game a bit further.
So we decided to change everything. We decided to change the presentation of the graphics, the gameplay, add completely new elements to it all.
What we did was we introduced weapons, and weapons are in other 3D fighting games, but not in the way that weapons are in Mortal Kombat 4. The speed of Mortal Kombat 4 and the way that you can drop a weapon, your opponent can pick up your weapon and use it against you is so incredible and adds so much to the fighting.
When we designed the Zeus chip, we designed it for extraordinary performance, but at a very low cost relative to any other 3D product on the marketplace.
If only it was like that now.
Tour is something that's never been done before in the video game world. We're taking Mortal Kombat 4 on the road to select cities around the country, and we're providing players a sneak preview, an exclusive sneak preview of the game a full month before anyone else in the world will see it.
This is a product that will cause the kids to be standing 5 deep, waiting to play, because it is so much more exciting than anything that's in the market right now or anything that's been introduced in the market over the past few years.
I'm here to play Mortal Kombat 4.
It's just because it's Mortal Kombat, everybody's going to play it.
I wanted to be the first to play it.
They're all excited. They've been obviously waiting for MK4 for a long time, and now they're close to getting it. And as we can see, the turnout is just fantastic.
I've been to every single one of the stops so far.
People are already asking when we're going to have it. You know, they want to know the day and the time so they can come and play.
It's been incredible. Our website, mk4.com, has gotten millions of hits since we first put it up on July 10th. To give you an idea of how much activity it's gotten, in one day alone, we've gotten 500,000 hits on the webpage.
We've had wonderfully positive reaction everywhere we go. People are amazed at the difference between MK3 and MK4. They love the 3D. They really love the fact that you can take away a weapon from your opponent and use it against him.
The classic characters have their old moves back and a lot of new ones. Weapons are a great feature.
It looks better, it runs smoother, the effects are great.
I like this one a little better because it's a little more dark and gothic.
This game is real fast, it moves, it's real quick on the ground. I think they did a real good job.
The backgrounds are awesome. The backgrounds, that's what makes it. It's definitely the best fighting game I've played so far.
I'm going to go get back in line right now and play it again.
I'm going to plan on being here until 7 o'clock until they take the machines away.
From what we saw inside, this is going to be a great promotion, and this is a great way to get some of the major locations the game early.
And I think this type of promotion really adds to our sales effort and player awareness. If the players are aware, the operators have no choice but to buy.
I don't think there was any question that I'd have MK4 in my facility. It's a matter of how many and how many kids are going to come in here and play it.
It's going to kick some serious butt.
It's going to be the best 3D fighter probably out there.
That was really cool.
Really impressive.
Dude, man, this game rules.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that rocks.
It's a great video game.
Best one yet. I'm not a freak about it, but I enjoy it.
Awesome. It's great.
Excellent.
It's hot.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the mother of all fighting games. Mortal Kombat 4 is the pinnacle of all Mortal Kombat games that have preceded it. It is the most sophisticated, fast-paced, a beautiful fighting game that has ever been created.
Well, you will say that, considering you're the CEO. He would say that. Bam, bam, bam. Zoom. Promo video. Was built with love.
Round 1, fight.
Built with love. Now playing. Zoom zoom. Meat. Remember that?
We decided to change everything. We decided to change the presentation of the graphics, the gameplay, add completely new elements to it all.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the first 3D Mortal Kombat.
Why did Mortal Kombat go 3D? That's a great question.
I honestly tapped out at that point. I was not a fan of 3D fighters. I looked at 4 and I wasn't really vibing with it.
Going 3D for the video game industry was a little bit like reinventing the wheel, but with polygons instead of pixels.
When Mortal Kombat 4 came out, I was absolutely taken aback that it was 3D.
You know, the transition to go from 2D to 3D is always tricky.
When it came out, I was insulted that there were no longer the photographed actors. Like, this isn't Mortal Kombat anymore. My biggest problem is whenever Mortal Kombat changed, I made the decision as the arbiter of Mortal Kombat that it was no longer Mortal Kombat.
Midway put out War Gods, which was kind of their first attempt at making a 3D fighting game. They take a lot of concepts from Mortal Kombat.
They had a 3D button instead of the run button, but it never felt quite comfortable. And so I was like, I really hope they don't copy this. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. Instead, they added like the sidestep ability.
More like a quick tap, and you can dash into the foreground.
In Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, you had the dial a combo system, which was kind of like punching in a phone number. You have to know the phone number to do the combo. But fans were so creative with launchers that popped characters into the air and then comboing them on the way down with juggles, that even those static combos became something that you could use to express yourself as a player. Mortal Kombat 4's combo system was called Universal, where everyone had the same combos, and not everyone had the same special moves, so you could still, you know, weave in special
within a
moves
time
into the
limit, man.
Universal combos to put your own little spin on them, but it wasn't the same as what you could do in Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat 4, I think, was one of the games that made the jump to 3D rather easily compared to a lot of other franchises.
It felt like it was not doing things as well as other 3D fighters in that space.
It was just so different. But I
Mixed reactions with this one.
Same way.
Mortal Kombat 4 is one of those rare games where I like it a lot more now than I did when it came out. I could tell now that they were like doing something interesting, bringing it into a new era.
Mortal Kombat 4 is kind of that bridge game to what is coming next, right? It's their kind of first attempt at 3D. And so I think it makes sense nowadays when we look back on it to go like, well, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 are such amazing video games. Like, what do you do after that? Like, yeah, you have to strip it all down and rebuild it from scratch, or else you're just making the same thing over and over again forever, and no one wants that after a certain point.
As far as I was concerned, I loved Mortal Kombat 4. Between the universal combo systems, between the weapons, between the characters, the endings.
We had a deal. A deal? I am not a god of my word, reptile. All deals
I just thought Mortal Kombat 4 was this perfect package, and I played it to death. It's probably the game I've spent the most time in, even more than Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo.
Mixed reactions.
I sit before you as the lone person, the last one left. Maybe the only one that ever was. The only person that will sit here and tell you and look you dead in the eyes and say, Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero is a cool game.
A challenging one.
You will fail.
Sega.
We were starting to dip into Mortal Kombat products that went directly to the home. Mortal Kombat Trilogy, that was huge.
Even I think when we were starting MK4, we understood that the coin op as an industry was sort of starting to wane a little bit. Ed and a portion of the team was focused on MK4, and then of course myself and a portion of the team, largely a new team, were focused on mythologies. Hey, let's do it one more time. And John, don't hug the ladder so close. Let yourself out a little bit. Okay.
They are earth, wind, water, and fire. With your mastery of the elements of fire, you have an advantage that no other human has, and that is the ability to defeat the elements. I have foreseen this.
We're sort of hedging our bets. It's like
Oh,
we can,
yeah,
we can
definitely.
do home
We're
games
pricey.
and arcade games. We can live in both spaces and maybe use it to our advantage.
Like PlayStation was like $2.99, was it, back in
Concept of
day?
adapting a character from a fighting game into a full-on game. It's a good idea. You know, like you've got all these characters with backstories and everything. Why not investigate it?
You're going to the Nether Realm, and you're going to bring back the amulet. We must act quickly. I have no dominion in the Nether Realm. You are reality's only hope.
I'll do it, Thunder God.
It was fun mixing 2D and 3D more than other MKs did. It was 3D environments, but 2D characters, so it was kind of a cool bridge between the old school games and getting into 3D.
The thing that Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero does is that it doesn't sacrifice being a Mortal Kombat game. Now, that's either a good thing or a bad thing from depending on where you're sitting. But MK Mythologies, you use the same button layout that you use in the fighting games. It means that a lot of the combos and concepts that you know from Mortal Kombat still work in this game. You get to it a little differently because you have to unlock some of those moves, and you know, like you have a meter to how many ice balls you can throw, and some of these other
Oh,
things
definitely mine.
that make
It was definitely mine.
an action game instead of just a pure fighting game. But they added a button that just makes it so you can turn around. And that simple thing is what lets them take everything that worked in Mortal Kombat and apply it to a game where enemies might be attacking you from both sides. It's a simple but very effective concept that I think makes that whole game work. They stayed true to Mortal Kombat for better or worse.
The arcades were, at the time, were still, for our games, were still EPROMs, which was a dramatically smaller footprint of memory. The home games, obviously with you know, the data being on a disc, opened up a lot of doors. So suddenly you could do full motion video in Mythologies.
Grandmaster, in honor of Lord Quay, I bring you this sacred map of elements.
Once again, our most cunning assassin and thief is successful.
The amazing FMV cutscenes, Rich DeVizio's Quan Chi, is incredible.
I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen.
Let's get something straight. I am not a ninja. I am Lin Kuei. Scorpion was a ninja.
Ah, yes, your Japanese counterpart. How unfortunate that you happened upon him in your battle with those pesky Shaolin monks.
Scorpion was tipped off. He knew I was breaking into that temple, and if he wasn't there, there wouldn't have been a battle.
We shot the whole thing on green screen, and that's normal now, but it wasn't back then. And you can tell, of course, looking at the stuff now, it's like, whoa. But at the time, it was like groundbreaking.
Don't bother worrying about escape. Who are you? I am a dead man.
I was Scorpion for MK Mythologies. The way John wrote the sequences, I kind of made Scorpion a little bit more unhinged. He was like, and I had the whited out eyes too, and so I could just act all crazy and be just look a little bit tweaked out.
More like you.
I am. I did get some compliments for that, Carrie.
From who?
Somebody I know that you don't know.
Your mom?
Shut up.
Words will not save you. Lin Kuei, a warrior.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and defend every part of the game. I think it's in the very first level where you run and you teeter on this edge of this thing and then have this weird jump down and loop your way around so you don't fall to your death and kind of loop your way in to catch a ledge. Like, there's just design stuff in there that I can't defend all of it. But just the very concept that they managed to take a fighting game and apply it to this larger action platformer concept without giving up what made that a fighting game in the first place, I think is what makes that game worth a look. Now, you could argue, again, that, by the time we get to something like Shaolin Monks, they found ways to make those games actually feel good and all of that. But you have to have MK Mythology Sub-Zero first, and probably Special Forces, I guess, before you get to a point where you're actually figuring out how to make these games good. Gave that game like a 7.5, man. It's not an amazing game, but it's all right.
The big box. Comic. Tobias leads the team.
Towards my later years of Midway, what I became conscious of was that there is business outside of Chicago. I thought of what other opportunities are there beyond my immediate work at Midway.
Mortal Kombat got really big. We created it, but we didn't own it. He wanted to do something that he owned, I think.
We had been approached a handful of times by other folks with offers to move on. Of course, I love.
It must be shit that though. You actually create something that's huge, and at the end of the day, you don't own it. The thing that you've created, that must sting though.
So he and a group of guys left, and then they formed another studio.
Leaving at the time that I did, I was aware of these new platforms that were coming out. I knew Microsoft was working on something. I think the PlayStation 2 was the early phases of that. We thought, if we're going to leave and start something new, this is the time to do it.
I think I understood it, but I still missed working with him.
It was not an easy choice. I certainly didn't feel good about leaving. I felt like, okay, this is something I have to do.
We never had a problem. I mean, to this day, we're still on the same text chain, and we talk all the time and whatnot.
I don't know that there were hurt feelings. I think we didn't talk for a period of time, but as the years passed, you know, we all realized that we had become such great friends just in working with each other that we weren't going to let the idea that I wasn't working there wasn't going to come between our friendship. So we're still, you know, I'm still friends with everybody I worked with back then.
Oh. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, friendship's more important, personally. Fucking hell, early version. Oh, it would have been cool. You can play as Sonya as well. There. What the fuck? I had no idea that was even made. Deception. I think I remember playing that one. Shaolin Monks. That was a cool game. I enjoyed that one. I do hope that will come in another collection. Armageddon, I think I remember playing that one as well. Never played that one. Midway Games filed for bankruptcy in February 2009 and Warner Bros. Officially acquired its assets. And now it's potentially owned by Netflix. Oh, wrong one. But yeah, I think that's probably the last game I played in the Mortal Kombat series. But I didn't play that. Never played that. Never played that one either. Or that one. Or that one. Or that one. I do have that on DVD. The reboot film. I thought it was an okay film, but I do think they tried to cram too much into it in the space of, like, how long was it? About an hour and a half? I think they tried to cram too much into it. So I do hope the second film will be a bit better. And never played that one either. No, not Sonya.
The NetherRealm era of Mortal Kombat, the kind of revamp of the franchise, a reboot, it is all still very much unapologetically Mortal Kombat. We wanted to play it against each other, we wanted to see all the cool finishing moves and how all the old moves have been brought back, because it was back to 2D.
Finish her!
Something that NetherRealm has always been really excellent at is innovating on their own formula and looking to push the boundaries of what they did in the previous games to say, we want to keep going and make this bigger and bigger, bring more people into the fandom. And Mortal Kombat 9, I think, was a really pivotal moment for that.
Your amulet. It is nothing, Liu Kang. The tournament begins.
I focus mainly on the creative, you know, the overall direction that we're going to do. What's the new features we're going to add to this, the direction of the story and whatnot. I just want to expose his hand more, but it takes a huge team. It's a completely different animal. I haven't written code in 20 years or something like that. So.
I think it's a combination of things that keep Mortal Kombat interesting. First, it's NetherRealm's commitment to always innovating their gameplay mechanics. How are they continuing to one-up themselves? Like, where do these ideas keep coming from?
You have itches that you want to scratch. We wanted to do like this adventure thing. You know, we've added the crypt. And we've added, you know, conquest mode.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I am Shujinko. Pardon my intrusion, but you do not look like a human of the Netherrealm.
I am Ashra. I was once
I
like
remember
the
that.
others,
Yeah.
before I found the means to purge myself of the evil taint that permeates all who reside here.
I believe that's played a huge role as far as the longevity of Mortal Kombat. Players not knowing, you know, well,
I think that's what they should do in the next collection. Focus on like the 3D games like Deception and Armageddon and that.
Madame Bo will kick us out if we break something.
Oh, this won't last long enough for that to happen. You will be down in no time.
Fight! We're always trying to add something new. I think it's evolved dramatically over the years, and players are sticking with us. A big part of what motivates myself and our team is just the continuing support that players have so many years later. And it didn't really dawn on me that it's not the same group of players. Some people joined in around Deadly Alliance, some people joined during MP9 or something. So there's a novelty to a number of people who've only seen 3 Mortal Kombats as opposed to the 12 that we've done.
Fucking 12.
Something I think really keeps the franchise going, iteration after iteration, is their ability to make it more accessible to a broader range of players and also a changing player base, adding simple fatalities that are a single button press. Adding combos that are easy to fire off. All make older gamers like me a little bit more willing to jump back in, but it also makes it really friendly for new players, which is fantastic. But on the other side, if you want to punish yourself, there are all the tools in there that you can make it as hard for yourself as you want. And I think that's what gaming in a modern era is all about, is giving gamers tools to play the games that they want. And NetherRealm has always been so excellent at that.
And the production of the games is huge now. The team was 4, and then it was 5 for MK2. I think it was like 7 for MK3.
Damn.
Once we got into directly to the home, where it was writing to a DVD or CD, there was a lot more memory to fill. We started getting into doing video to tell the story and whatnot. So all of a sudden, all these new disciplines are needed. You know, we have a number of producers on our team right now, and the directors, basically, you know, camera directors and whatnot, story writers, dialogue writers.
The Mortal Kombat franchise does story so well. It's so wild if you try to summarize what the lore of Mortal Kombat is to somebody. You're like, okay, how much time do you have?
Surrender Kronika's crown and the Elder Jackson Briggs. No harm will come to you.
Can we take an Elder God?
Cassie beat Shinnok.
Only because the cages are born with crazy magic powers.
Maybe we have our own magic.
These really wild, fantastical characters. You have gods, and you have robots, and you have animal humans, and wizards, and all kinds of stuff that makes it so fantastical and so fun. And the way that they've incorporated the lore and narrative into their story modes and campaigns in the games has been just phenomenal. They've made the campaign, for me, a go-to playable moment in every Mortal Kombat that comes out, and most fighting games can't say that.
Oh.
It is an excellent ruse, your disguise.
If it's revenge you want, have at it. If it's restitution, there's nothing left.
What I want, Shang Tsung, is to elevate you, to make you the great sorcerer that now you can only pretend to be.
Over the years, at some point, we started just making movies, basically. When we did that with Mortal Kombat 9, it became our biggest Mortal Kombat selling game at the time, and I believe that was a big part of it.
They are absolutely paying attention to every facet of the space.
I hope you know our fight wasn't personal.
Please, do you realize how many tournaments I've fought in?
If you were to say, you know, which series and which IP and which kind of game has continued to figure out interesting ways to reimagine itself, MK has been doing that for such a long time.
I don't know how many franchises have their last games are the highest selling ones, which is like, you know, how does that happen? You know, usually there's a tail off and then eventually they finish. Our last few games have been our highest selling ones, so I don't know what, I don't know. We're doing something right.
I think she's dead. I think she did. Right, last video, guys.
It's funny, when I look back at Mortal Kombat, what I wouldn't share with folks that I worked with was, hey, I do this for free.
4 people can make an entire game.
Boone and John Tobias were young, they were hungry.
It's a bit of the Wild West. There wasn't rules.
They were working on projects at Midway that they found exciting, but when you're a creative person, eventually you're going to want to branch out and do your own thing.
John and I were talking about a game called Street Fighter. We were really kind of fixated on the idea of doing a photorealistic Van Damme fighting game.
Well, the visuals were incredible. You know, it's digitized, it's real people.
That's great. You're seeing those 2 big characters on the screen. I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
After that game came out, graphics just kept taking leaps and leaps on top of each other.
There was so much to explore, and you had no idea of what you were still missing.
Boom.
And not having the internet at the time to go to, it made it very social.
When I first got a chance to see a fatality for the first time, I
lost my mind. I didn't know that was allowed in a video game.
It was really the first mainstream hyper-violent game.
The way the local news would cover it was, can you imagine if Pac-Man could kill?
When a player wins, the so-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs the player to finish his opponent.
Certainly.
But what you can also do is turn off the violence by entering a code, which they don't mention.
That was a shocker to the moms and dads of suburbia.
The very idea that Mortal Kombat was going to destroy society or the fabric of our universe is ridiculous. If it was just like, hey, it's a cool fighting game and you can chop off heads, like, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it.
These games would just start showing up at arcades, copying Mortal Kombat. Bloodstorm, Time Killers, Tattoo Assassins. These games played terribly.
It was more than blood, more than guts, more than even a fighting game.
It was a phenomenon. Phenomenon.
Back then, it was kind of like you make a game, you hope it's a success, and you move on to the next game. And if it is a success, cool. You move on to the next game and you do something else, right?
When the game was done, certainly in my head, there was 10 things that I would have done differently.
And so that was the first time that I thought, oh, okay, I guess we're signed up for a sequel. The hardware that we were working on was improving. I think if you look at MK2 next to MK1, you notice the difference in terms of the aesthetics.
Mortal Kombat 2 built on 1, 3 built on 2.
Run button, oh my god. Oh my god.
Adrenaline shot.
Mortal Kombat 1 and 2
Good
were still
shit.
great games, but they felt so much slower that it was hard to go back.
They play so differently, but the fact that they're so different is what's cool. Mortal Kombat 4 was like reset again.
The game had started getting a little bigger, going into 3D for the first time. I was super excited about it.
Mortal Kombat going 3D, I think, it makes sense when you look at where technology was going at the time.
And people forget how tough the transition was to go from 2D to 3D for so many teams.
The team was 4, and then it was 5 for MK2. I think it was like 7 for MK3, 15 for MK4, and each game just grew. And once we got into doing directly to the home, or was writing to a DVD, it takes a huge team.
Like, they experimented and did all this different stuff with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
We're trying to up the game, like we're trying to come up with something that, progresses the game.
This was over the course of, 20, 25 years.
I think back to a conversation I had with an uncle of mine. He asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, hey, I want to draw Spider-Man. And he said, well, somebody's already drawn Spider-Man. You got to make up your own thing. And I remember thinking to myself, yeah, I guess I got to make up my own thing. And Mortal Kombat was that thing. I mean, I think that it's, I don't know that I'll ever create something that resonates the way that Mortal Kombat did. That's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Ed, John Tobias, and, a handful of other guys just did a great job. That's it.
Mortal Kombat is actually the best-selling fighting game franchise in the world.
It's always been my favorite fighting game.
When Mortal Kombat came out, it was like, oh, this is the pinnacle of gaming.
It changed the ways
That's how it was.
It changed the ways that people thought about violence.
It caused the industry to grow on so many levels.
It brought in the shock, awe, and humor that I think has represented the pure definition of video game entertainment.
There's a lot of games lately that would rather show you that they're art. It almost seems like they're performing. It's like me, please tell me I'm acceptable, tell me I'm good enough. And Mortal Kombat is just like garage band and sort of American. It's like, go fuck yourself, you know? That's what I love about it. And I have to assume there's lots of us that love that.
You have players who are really wrapped up in the lore and the story and all of that in a way that like most other fighting games never really delved into.
Are you sure you're a grandmaster? Interesting.
Kung Lao, over here! It's why the games still have these, you know, like amazingly crafted story modes to this day.
We must fight for each other, Baraka, not with each other.
Got anyone suspects? He said much to my face.
Aid us, and I'll make sure you sit at Kotal's table.
It's this giant soap opera built on top of this super fun fighting game that really captured this feeling of mystery and magic that you get from old kung fu films.
And it's that curiosity, I think, that drives people to continue playing Mortal Kombat, and that has helped it remain a pillar of popular culture today.
I am not yet defeated. Yes, you are.
Temple of Kataravala, take 39, tail slate.
That's a wrap.
They're making the fourth movie now, right? Like how many video game franchises have 4 movies made out of them?
And I really don't think about it because I think about it as just a game, but it brings people together.
And it's created such a mass community.
Their fan base is one of the most loyal fan bases that I've ever seen in all of gaming.
It will always be the game that I think was my first love and continues to be that. I'm an MK fan for life.
I would hope that, 100 years from now, people are still talking about Mortal Kombat and, Finish Him is still a thing.
There's such a I'm sure it will.
Base of fans for it. So if they don't get sick of it, we're gonna still make it.
I think if that could be the legacy of Mortal Kombat, that it's just this evergreen thing that will always be with us, I think I'd be very happy.
And whether it's spin-offs or reboots,
you should be proud. You should be proud.
Story, I'd love it if Mortal Kombat became a forever franchise like DC or Marvel or Star Wars. Long after we're done working on our games, if it was something that everybody, still wanted.
Oh, he's got to retire. Bless him. Oh, Hall of Fame. Congrats, mate. Nice. Well, there you have it, guys. We have watched the whole documentary for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. So, yeah, this is going to be the finale. So, yeah, I do hope you have enjoyed tonight's streams. So, as always, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Be sure to give us a follow on socials, and you know what to do to help support the channel. So, yeah, I do hope if they do another collection, they'll focus on like the earlier 3D games, because I really do. It would be pretty cool to play that Shaolin Monks. As well as the other games. So, fingers crossed in the near future we'll get another collection. But anywho, hope you enjoyed this HatCHeTHaZ. See you soon with a new video.